Morning guys, Chris Reckon, Fit and Nottingham Personal Training and fatsatfitnesscamp.com. Just wanted to go through another quick client question I had yesterday, which was what's the first thing you would do when you embark on a kind of a weight loss regime or a fat loss regime or like a body transformation cycle? What is the most important element of your nutrition which you could do instantly to have a big effect? And for me, it's removing one major irritant and one major toxin, which is wheat and gluten. So wheat and gluten come together. So wheat is found in things like pasta, bread. It's actually found in beer, cakes, pastries, all those kind of sweet, tasty things that you really enjoy. However, the wheat in there is very irritant to our system. So as it passes through our digestive system and hits into your large intestine, small intestine, etc., it has an irritating effect. And this is due to something called the gluten. Gluten is actually the protein inside wheat. Now, it has the body has like an immune response to it, and it kind of, what you may experience is things called like bloating, irritability, gas, kind of trumps and all the rest of things like that. So you will find these are very simple things that are you then get more kind of you get different kinds of irritations, and you'll get things like poor skin, and you'll get kind of thing. You can even get things like backache from it as well, because the irritation is having a much larger effect. So one of the instant things that I get people to do is drop out wheat and gluten. It's something that we don't really need to have in our systems whatsoever. It's a food group which people love. That's the only struggle that people have with it. So it's a food group people love. My wife is heavily intolerant to wheat and gluten. She's now 5 weeks into a total wheat and gluten drop off, and she has altered all of her foods from normal flours and normal breads and normal kind of biscuits and cakes and all the rest of it, and she's just alternated them. So she switched them into the wheat and gluten free varieties, which you'll find in all your supermarkets. You'll find in Sainsbury's and Asda, and there used to be little tiny sections like this. Now they are vast aisles, because it's becoming such a very popular thing. Supermarkets are aware of it. They're aware that actually they can make money from it nowadays, and actually people are buying this stuff. And in the 5 weeks my wife, well, it's coming up to 6 weeks now, in the 6 weeks she's done, this is a total drop off. So she's literally changed everything from the breads we eat, the flours we cook with, all the rest of it. She lost about 8 pounds through this, and she didn't have actually much weight to lose. So it shows you that just removing the irritations from the system is huge. Now, she knew she was wheat and gluten intolerant. She knew she got gas. She knew she got bloating and things. However, she kind of kept picking and putting things back into the system, and kind of, oh, I'll try that, or I'll have that, or I'll try this, I'll try that. This was just because there wasn't the quality of food to switch it with, and she kind of felt like she was missing out, I suppose. And this may be the same with you. You probably know that kind of milk's affecting you, or wheat's affecting you, or gluten's affecting you. However, you're not fully committing to getting it out of your system. Once you fully commit and get it out of your system, you will notice a huge regeneration in your body, and actually your stomach will flatten very quickly, because all the inflammation, all the kind of immune response you've been experiencing will flatten down. So you'll literally get a huge drop off in the way your stomach looks as well. You'll also feel 100 times better. You'll get more done in the day. You have to get rid of that brain fog that you usually have. You'll kind of feel awake in the mornings. You won't need that extra cup of coffee at 10 a.m. to kind of keep driving you through. Your body will just start to absorb more vitamins and minerals, because your stomach's going to actually start to recover a little bit as well. Especially the villi in your large intestine is going to feel way better. So for me, the best thing you could always start on a real kind of clean eating phase is get rid of the wheat and gluten. If you still want things like breads and cakes and things, buy the alternatives. We've experienced it. I've actually I've seen the results of this kind of thing, and actually, yes, it's a high amount of carbohydrates in them, but actually, you know what, not having the irritability and the toxicity within the food is actually a hell of a lot better. So find the alternatives. Find that place in your supermarket where you can buy the alternative stuff. You can buy everything from breads and pastas to gravy granules and stock cubes. So there's less excuse now to kind of want to keep kind of going back to the wheat and the gluten, which is irritating your system. So don't be afraid. The food for stuff actually tastes fantastic now, so it's getting a lot better, and it will continue to get better because they're putting a lot more time and effort into it now. So for me, wheat and gluten, remove that instantly, and that will have a huge beneficial effect on your system. And it's not even as simple as, I'm not telling you to cut cakes out and sweets and all that kind of thing. I'm just saying to you, find the alternative, see the difference. If you don't notice much difference, that's when you start to look at deeper into it. So you start to look at, like, let's remove the sugars, let's remove the dairy, let's remove the kind of everything else as well, and alcohol and such on. But actually, if you go to the alternatives, you should notice a big reduction in the amount of gas and bloating you feel. So that's my top tip. So I shall speak to you guys later. Cheers.